Members of the media, good morning and thank you for being here. My name is Mark Benallick and I'm a detective with the Special Victims Section in the Sex Crimes Unit. I would like to take this opportunity to advise the community about the recent sentencing of a violent sexual offender, Nathan Bumesi, pictured to my right. On April 3rd, 2012, a 53-year-old female was the victim of a brutal and prolonged sexual assault, which occurred in the area of 251 Sherbourne Street in the city of Toronto. The victim was punched, kicked, stomped on, choked into unconsciousness repeatedly, stripped completely naked, sexually assaulted, and left on the cold pavement to die. The duration of this onslaught lasted 20 minutes. The entire incident was captured on video surveillance recording equipment. Our team from the Special Victims Unit, assisted by the excellent efforts of several officers from 51 Division, Forensic Identification Services, and our partners from the Toronto Community Housing Corporation, commenced an immediate investigation into the incident. Within 18 hours of the attack, an extremely violent suspect was identified, arrested, and placed in custody, where he remains to this day. On Tuesday, February the 18th, 2014, Nathan Bumesi was sentenced to 10 years in prison for this fiendish crime. As a result of this sentence, Bumesi is directed to comply with the requirements of the Sex Offender Information Registration Act, or also known as SOIRA, and will be registered on the Sex Offender Registry. Further, Bumesi is required to provide a sample of his DNA, which will be entered onto the National DNA Data Bank. He is also prohibited from owning or possessing any weapons for life and to have no contact or communication with the victim in any manner. Due to the apparent spontaneity and terrifying amount of force which was exerted by Bumesi in this occurrence, police are concerned there may be additional victims of unreported violent acts committed by this individual dating prior to April 2012. Anyone with information to that effect is requested to notify the Toronto Police Service Sex Crimes Unit at 416-808-7474 or Crime Stoppers at 416-222-TIPS or online at www.222tips.com. I would like to acknowledge the important role played by the individuals who provided ongoing care and support to the victim throughout this entire process. Survivors of these types of crimes will bear indelible emotional and physical scars for the rest of their lives. It is absolutely essential that sexual assault survivors receive as much assistance as possible to enable them to move forward in their lives to the best of their ability. Thank you, and I'll take your questions now. Due to the nature of the offense, the degree of violence that was demonstrated by this offender, and the unprovoked nature of it, the spontaneousness of it, I'm of the belief that this is not a first-time type of situation. This is not something that you just do one day. He's probably worked his way up to something like this, and maybe not the same degree of violence that was demonstrated in this incident, but certainly something of this nature has been done before by this individual, and it's not been reported to the police.
What communities has he lived in?
So through the course of our investigation, we've received information that the accused Bumesi had spent a period of time in the Windsor area in southwestern Ontario. I have been in contact with Windsor Police, and they're aware of the investigation. They're not aware of the sentencing condition as of yet that the DNA sample will be provided, which might also shed additional light on further investigations.
So will it be checked against cold cases down there?
Yes. Well, across the whole data bank, the DNA data bank.
Any other questions?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes today's conference. And just in case,